Hey,
Yeah, dude. So how do you want to do this?
I'll just start off here. You know I'm homeless right now?
Yeah. For what, another week?
No, like another 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. So I'm living with my folks.
Yeah.
So just want to let people know that at any time my dad may knock on the door. He may need me to fix his printer.
He's still asking you for help with the printer.
It's always the printer.
It's always
I
the
don't know what
thing.
it is. Or, I may have to reload the fax machine or something.
The important stuff. Yeah.
We are the tech support for our parents' generation. That's our fate now. Who saw that coming?
I'm the same way with my mother.
Yeah. I just have this little intro that I need to do now. Hello and welcome to Device Squad, the enterprise mobility podcast from Propelics. Device Squad, fighting crimes against enterprise mobility worldwide. Bad UI, frustrating user experiences, poorly conceived mobile strategies, we defeat them all. This podcast series will cover all aspects of enterprise mobility, including strategy, development, design, testing, and more. My name is Steve Brykman. I'm a mobile strategist and UX architect with Propelics. First, a brief history of the company. Founded in 2011, Propelics is a mobile strategy consultancy helping enterprises worldwide devise true mobile strategies and develop world-class mobile applications across all industry verticals. Propelics clients include large companies like Amway, Bright Horizons, Bank of Montreal, Dubai Airports, Family Dollar, DLL, Cintas, Merck, and many more. Propelics' menu of services includes 8 different mobile kickstarts, covering everything from mobile strategy and road mapping to MCOE to UI UX design to mobile testing strategy, along with soup to nuts app design development and support. Additionally, Propelics offers 3 homegrown enterprise mobile products. So we are talking to Mr. Neal Kaiser, is it?
I've only known you for what, 30 years?
Yeah, I'm joking. Neal Kaiser and we've known each other for something like that, 25 years or so. And we started out together in technology. And Neal has been far more successful than I have because I took a hiatus to write jokes, and that, you know how that generally works out. So, and meanwhile, Neal Kaiser was developing his own e-commerce platform, which I think I named originally.
I think you did that, and that was a terrible name.
Terrible name. Terrible name. I'm not gonna.
So we had to rebrand many years ago.
I'm surprised it took you as long as it did to rebrand. The original was, and as will all of you listening once you hear the name, the original name was makeastore.com. And I don't know why that ever seemed like a good idea for a name, but you milked
I think
it.
at the time it was, right?
Somehow it was at the time. So that was like 1996.
No, or like 1995.
Wow.
Yeah, remember this? This was when you wanted to register Ford.com and McDonald's.com, but you were too cheap to spend the $100.
Yeah, for some reason we did not do that. But we had a lot of good scams back in the day.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I want to talk about the link exchange scam. We go back.
I think this is all you. I don't actually remember this one.
This was your scam. This was not my scam.
Was it?
So a lot of you young punks out there don't even know what we're talking about. But back in the day, when you could own the internet, there was a company called Link Exchange. It was a banner ad system, and you would put a banner on your website. And then Link Exchange would randomly rotate banners from other companies on your site. I don't think anybody got paid. I think it was all credits.
Yeah, I don't remember getting paid by that.
No. So what would happen is, depending on how much traffic the banner that you displayed on your website got, in return, your banner that was on other people's websites would get shown more often. That's how that worked.
Right.
So, and then at one point, you figured out...
We hacked it.
So you figured out that if you took the banner, placed it in a web page, put it on an external server, and then put an auto reload on the page.
Oh, right.
It would rack up hits for the banner.
Yeah, it was very unsophisticated, but
yeah.
Guess it worked though.
And then that wasn't enough. I remember you would have like 50 web pages with the banner on it open at the same time, all auto reloading. So
Yes.
you would just be racking up like, thousands and thousands.
Meaningless points.
Yeah. And your banner was everywhere.
Yeah, that's the secret to our success.
This is the secret to our success.
And then Link Exchange got bought for what, like $500 billion?
And that should have been us right there. But alas.
But here we are.
So roll ahead another 15 years and Make a Store goes through a rebranding, and now you are Upshot Commerce, and you look very professional.
Oh, thank you.
As you are at this point, very successful with this e-commerce platform. So I just want to talk about, the evolution. I think this is kind of a unique opportunity to talk with somebody who's been doing this. I mean, didn't Make a Store predated eBay, didn't it?
Probably. Yeah, I know at the time Amazon was
just books.
And we had the opportunity to work for one of their Alibris, right?
Yeah, you and I built the first Alibris site at one point.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear, since we never actually talked about this, would love to hear the evolution of the software.
It's evolved a lot, and we've always sort of been the slow and steady, wins the race approach to what we do, sort of analyzing the industry trends, not making drastic changes, and just kind of focusing on the enterprise. So the way it goes is we specialize in e-commerce sites that are complicated, have unique requirements, integrations with third-party systems. If you're selling simple, widgets, we're probably not a great fit. But if you have a problem you need us to solve, that's really where we shine. We're just good problem solvers and can really adapt our software. So basically what happened is we were doing all these custom things, custom builds for clients. We do the full service design, implementation, integrations, and got to a point where we just had so many custom things going on with our platform. It was becoming difficult to maintain, get everyone up to the latest version. So this was sort of predated the whole SaaS thing. We wanted to redo what we learned from all of the business owners that we work with and build a platform where we could have this plug-in architecture where we could maintain our core system as a SaaS, as a service, easily upgrade all of our clients, on a bi-monthly basis, and sort of maintain all of their unique requirements inside their own plugin. So we re-architected everything. So now we have a true SaaS system where we have one version that everyone's running on, and everyone still has their own unique requirements, whether it's an integration or some kind of customization. And, so that's one thing. And we're doing direct consumer and B2B. So there's a big move with the whole wholesale model now. A lot of our clients are brands, manufacturers, and the whole model is really shifting towards selling direct to consumer. So you have to have there's two sides to it. There's the clients that are really crushing it and they don't care so much about, sort of stepping on the toes of the resellers. And then there's the people that are more cautious of it. So you have to have a lot of interesting ways to do promotions. You don't want to sell a product for less than your wholesale customers. So that's always kind of finding the medium between those two grounds. So that's kind of what we're doing. So now we're moving to the cloud. We've had our own cloud infrastructure, and we're in the process of moving to the Google Cloud to take advantage of a lot of the new technology that they have for a lot of just great scalability and future functionality of the platform and scale.
My employer, Propelics, were a mobile strategy consultancy. So, when I was working with you on this stuff, there was no mobile. But how much have you gone towards mobile since?
Oh, mobile's huge. It's probably the number one topic, certainly for all new clients, and we're doing responsive redesigns for some of our older clients as well. You really can't if you have an e-commerce site and you don't have mobile, you're not doing it right. We would never recommend that. We've seen a shift. Everyone talks about responsive, and now they're talking about adaptive. So he's the next greatest thing, but there's still that, and then you have the people that have sort of a full mobile site, and there's pros and cons to each one. lately we've been doing mostly responsive sites for our new clients, but we still have some that are sort of full mobile, have a viewport, detects what your screen size is, and then based off of that can serve off a different theme. Yeah, I mean, mobile, we're seeing sometimes over 50% of the traffic, that for e-commerce going through mobile. The conversions are definitely not as high as desktop, right? But I think a lot of people are browsing on their phones and then completing the order on their desktop. So it's important that you have that proper, channel attribution, so those people really are converting, even though they're placing that order on desktop. They started off on mobile.
Yeah, it's interesting. I worked on the first, what's the word? Incarnation?
You're the English guy.
Of the Rue La La iPhone app.
Yeah, I remember that.
And within 2 weeks, they were getting 13% of all their sales through the iPhone app. And
yeah, that was an app. So I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
we went through a phase where people were asking for apps, and we did some apps, native apps for iOS and Android, and those are just harder to maintain, and it's so much easier with a mobile web, and with all the technology that's available. It's, I guess, if you want to be on the App Store, there's still certain reasons to do it, but for the average person, having a native app, I'm not sure. You need to have specific needs for that.
Right. For e-commerce sorts of processes, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I don't know if you do it or if you let your clients just sort of experiment with their layout to see, what produces the highest conversion rates, but
both ways. So either we can do it, or, you have full exposure to the front end with our platform. So some clients do play around with it. I think the important things for conversions with a phone is, you're typing with your thumbs, or at least old guys like us are. Those young kids can type really fast, but it's you got to take advantage of all the touch components of the mobile web, and things like for credit card to fire open the credit card scanner, the phone, take a snapshot of the credit card number, and when you're putting in your security code, only show the number keyboard. So stuff like that. Things like that help. And, integrations with different payment systems, PayPal, and where you may already have your profile set up. You don't have to retype in your shipping address or your credit card. Those are certainly helpful for conversions as well.
So you're doing all that stuff, even though it's a web app. You're pulling up the camera on the phone.
Yeah, you can actually pull up the camera through web app. Yeah. The other thing is that we're doing right now, specifically for mobile, is the autocomplete, the Google address autocomplete. You've probably seen it, where it knows where you are, right? You do the geo access, and if you start typing in, BOR, it'll say Border Street, and you choose your address. I don't know if I'm supposed to disclose where you live. Your fans might come.
That's out. Right. We're moving.
Okay. That's okay then. So it saves you from typing in any, more than just a few characters of your street, and it's filled in your entire address for you. So that's pretty neat too.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of your clients for a little bit. I'm looking at your website now. You got Ergo Baby, Zutano, Gallery Shops, T, Orbit Baby. And you don't have to name names if you don't want to, but I'd be interested in hearing some of the most problematic issues that you've had, or some of the most interesting situations that you've encountered.
One of the sites we did that's pretty interesting is Cosabella. Check out that site. They're a high-end lingerie company, and they have a presence in the U.S. and Italy. And their site is in, I think, 5-6 different languages. So it detects where you are. So if you were, located in Germany, you're going to get the German site in, I guess, their euros, whatever the local currency is. So it's pretty neat. And they could merchandise them separately, and a lot of interesting things on that site. And that's an example of a responsive site as well. So we have videos that kind of overlay the images on the product pages, and it can be complex because you're selling a product that comes in different colors and different sizes. So the way you do swatches and all that is kind of interesting. You always think about design. Usually people say design for mobile first. Your mobile, your tablet, and then your full desktop breakpoints that you're designing for.
So I hadn't thought about this, but you are now selling worldwide, or your clients
Mhm.
are selling worldwide.
Mhm.
So how have you dealt with like translation issues? Is that a big factor?
Right. So if you go to that Cosabella site, and you can actually click the flag, and it'll take you to different country of your choice if you want to go that way, and you'll see that there's about 5 different languages, different currencies. So our platform uses language volumes. So I don't know if they do it in house or they outsource it, but you just upload a language volume. So add to cart means this in Spanish, and then you can have for every field, your product description field, you have a version of that for every language. So they're just populating that data, and it's automatically showing the proper data based off of the customer's locale.
Oh, cool. That reminds me of a really funny story from our past. Do you remember when we worked on that site? It was like a Judaica site.
Oh,
I
yes.
forget what the name of it was.
Yeah,
You got a lot of free stuff from them, I remember. They loved you. They kept sending you stuff.
I know. I don't recall reading anything, but I do recall getting things.
But then at one point, we built the site, and then they realized that they didn't want the site to be accessible on the Sabbath. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And so they were like, well, you need to come up with some kind of auto shutdown, some kind of way to get a timer in there that'll just shut the site down for the
Yeah.
first Shabbat.
I don't think we ever did that.
Because we explained to them, well, this site can be accessed around the world.
Right. Yeah, there's time zones.
Yeah. So it's going to be Friday or Saturday, like half of the week somewhere, right? So you have to shut the site down for like 4 or 5 days. I don't remember exactly what it was. 4 days out of the week, I think. So finally he was like, never mind.
Forget it. Yeah.
Forget
I'll be forgiven.
it. We'll work it out. We'll work it out later.
Right. I do remember that. Yeah. That's the other cool thing we can do too is segmentation. So you can have, if you look at their homepage, they have all these nice, banner ads showing off different categories, products, and things like that. And you can serve up different content, and that content can be based off of where that customer's sitting, where they came from, social, what they were searching for. So as you're going through the site, it's segmenting you based off of these rules that you create, and you can have a totally separate experience from one customer to another.
Oh, that's cool. And does that tap in with social media somehow?
Yeah, there's aspects of that. So, it's like if you came from Pinterest or Facebook, we may want to show this on the homepage. Or if you are a customer that's spent historically $1,000 in the past, 6 months, we want to show this private sale VIP customer category that only you can get into and not other clients. So it's really a tool by itself. It does a lot of things, but you have to come up with all the the logic and the rules of how you want to roll it out to make it effective.
Now, are you utilizing any of those sort of persistent strategies? Or I see Amazon does that all the time, where you'll look at something on Amazon, leave the site, go somewhere else, and then you see an ad for the thing that you were just looking
Oh
at.
yeah, that's the retargeting. So a lot of our clients do use that. Yeah. Um, there's many different third parties that provide that.
Yeah.
One important thing is we track you cross device. So you could be on your commute to work, shopping on Cosabella on your phone, add some products to your cart. Even if you don't, log in, as long as you've created an account or started checkout at one time in the past, you're kind of cookied, and we know who you are. Now, when you get to work, you can go into your desktop, view your cart. Those items are going to be in there because you have that cookie from your account previously as well. So we're able to, keep that data across sessions. And then if you happen to call customer service, we have a whole order management part of our platform. They'll be able to see what's in your cart, what you've been looking at, place the order for you through the back office. So it's all connected, which really helps, customers and customer service to just, get those orders in as quickly as possible.
I've been doing UX architecture for the last few years now and focusing more on mobile, but I'd love to hear if you have any like real success stories, or where your clients have had a real aha moment where maybe just by manipulating something on the site, their conversion rates wound up skyrocketing as a result.
We have something called express checkout. So if you have previously ordered, we have stored profile data for you, payment, address data, sort of like the Amazon approach. You add some products to your cart and you click checkout and everything's loaded right there and review and click and you're done. So I think, again, just focusing on making that checkout process as simple as possible really helps with the conversions. Good navigation on mobile. I think a lot of people, what do they call it? The hamburger menu.
Yeah.
Those, and it pops out, and just making good use of the limited real estate. Good search, right? All these things are important to just get people to the right products quickly. I also do a lot with faceted navigation. So you can really drill down beyond your typical, category navigation. You were looking for a shirt that's pink and between $30 and $40, and so you can really use this attributed system to drill down to the exact product that you're looking for. So it's all just about efficiency, I guess.
Hamburger menus are on the way out.
What's the new thing now?
Everybody's going back to the bottom nav bar.
Bottom nav?
Yeah.
Like a sticky bottom nav bar that doesn't go away?
You look at eBay, look at the eBay app, or look at the Spotify app. And I think it's because the phones are getting bigger, so there's more.
Yeah, we still do a lot with the hamburger.
I like the hamburger.
I like the hamburger too.
So I'm looking at here one of our really early sites, and I will include a link because everybody needs to see some of these.
We had some weird sites. We had, back in the day, one of the first sites we had was buy a Vietnamese wife. Do you remember that one?
No, I do not remember.
I don't know what happened to those guys, but yeah, it was actually, like, thinking about it, it was sort of like the first Tinder type of app, but I guess you could buy them.
Is it legal? I might have to ask.
I don't know. Back then, maybe.
Yeah. No,
certainly not now.
The one I'm looking at is Joke City.
Oh, yeah. Tweebo McDweeb.
Tweebo McDweeb. It's pretty funny at the very top of the website. I'll put the link to I found the stuff on Web Archive the other day. The top of the site says, "This is a Netscape enhanced website."
Nice.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
That was all that was going for you back then. It was like Netscape and Internet Explorer, I think.
Yeah. And then every button is an animated GIF, which
of course,
unbelievable.
And plenty of blink tags happening, I'm sure.
Yeah. I hear that ugly websites are making a comeback.
Really?
Yeah, I just read that. Kind of like, it's like a retro thing now. Isn't that crazy?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense, I guess.
I guess.
The comeback of vinyl and ugly HTML. So, I don't know. Maybe we should boot this back up and
boot it up.
Sell some fake poop. I think
there you go. Oh, boy. Yeah, I remember that he came and he's like, I want to get my products. That's really what started the first version of our platform was. We met, we went to his house. He was like, I want to figure out how to get the products from my joke store, my fart spray and all my other stuff on my webpage. And we were like, wow, what if we could let customers buy it too? And just kind of figured it out from there.
Yeah, that was it. So
that was really what started it.
You guys can check out our code.
Yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So, Neal, what would you say has been like the biggest like sea change? I know you've been doing this for a long time now, over 20 years, but at what point do you feel like things really shifted the most?
Well, I don't know if it's happened yet. Honestly, I think that e-commerce it's changed, but it's still the same concept that it was 20 years ago. We saw mobile commerce, which I never personally bought into, like sell your products on Facebook. Social's super important, and everyone, all of our customers, do a lot with social media and content and blogging and all that. I get that's super important. But when there was that whole push for having Facebook stores, I never bought into it because I thought that like if
Yeah.
you are, and then it was all about like buying through Facebook, right? Like I could understand promoting your product on Facebook, which links to your site, and then on your site you get all sorts of great information. You get all sorts of metadata about the product, and you can see if it's clothing, you can see what outfits it goes with, and all these cool apparel tools that we have that will allow you to really merchandise and make sure the customer sees what you want them to see. But when Facebook is your platform for actually doing the transaction too, I feel like it's sort of like you have a physical store and you have some guy, standing right outside your store saying, "Hey, check out these products." But you could take one more step and go right in the store. Like, why wouldn't you to
Right.
touch it and feel it and learn more about it? So I don't. That really didn't. As far as I understand, that really didn't pick up. I think that Facebook's got something up their sleeves again for trying to tap into e-commerce. So we'll see. But the whole F-commerce, I don't know. I personally didn't get too excited about that, and you don't see that much.
Do you have any plans to like start incorporating like VR or anything like that?
That's pretty awesome technology. Put that cardboard on your head, and it's a pretty cool thing. That I think there's going to be something with that. What I'm not sure yet, but
I mean, it's perfect for product sales. You just click a link and strap the cardboard on your head.
It has to become more affordable to create that content. That virtual reality video. Which I'm sure, like anything else, you'll be able to get like a camera that does it for $50 in a year.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, and everybody will have VR content on their website.
I helped with a patent. I actually have a patent. This lady contacted me and she wanted me to kind of help her. And the idea was you videotape your aisles. Like you go to Home Depot and you videotape your aisles. Like this was back before it was digital. So you're using like a big camcorder and you're taping the aisles of your store, and then you're able to sort of visually browse those aisles with your computer somehow, and then click and buy from there. But back then I was like, how could we possibly store so much video data, and serve that, which was a barrier. This was 15 years ago that we came up with that. But I think that could be kind of cool for sort of just you're in the store, right, and then you can just stare at a certain product, and that loads up, and then you can sort of the augmented reality side of things get data about that product and specifications and price. The other big thing that we're seeing, and again, I don't have too much experience, is with the whole concept of, and this probably would not be good for you guys because it's all about no UI, and I know that's what you guys specialize in, but the whole like no UI is the new UI, right? All those new companies that are popping up where it's all text message based, and I want to buy flowers, and they write back, what kind of flowers you want, and then they basically seal the deal all through a text message. I don't know if that's going to really stick.
I'm not sure it is either. Our business model is pretty conservative in terms of it's all enterprise right now anyway. It's all internal enterprise tools to sort of simplify business processes and things like that. So we haven't ventured into no UI yet, but we're all about just creating very simple, straightforward UIs.
Yeah, I could understand as a portion of your platform. So if you segment certain group of your customers that have purchased some drums, right? And then you want to send a text message out to these guys for sort of a one-time offer. Hey, we have a sale right now, flash sale on this set of cymbals. And then, they could just simply text, this is what we have on file, your address. Do you want to buy them? You have 30 minutes to respond. You apply yes, and then it automatically creates an order and goes through the whole process for you. Something like that could be kind of cool, but like a whole platform that's just text, I don't know.
It's almost reminds me of the old sort of adventure games from like the late 80s.
Yeah.
Where it would just it would just describe what was happening, and then you would say go left, and it would say what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that kind of thing. All over again.
Yeah, what's old is new.
Yeah. Except us, we're just old.
You more so than me.
That's right. I was at grad school and you were an undergrad.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't like draft up a contract day one
Yeah.
about about what our business relationship was going to be.
Bro, if we just got that McDonald's.com,
That would have been, yeah, we wouldn't have had to do
yeah,
anything from that point.
I know. Or came up with link exchange.
Yeah, that would have worked too. Any of those ideas.
Yep.
All right. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. Thank you, Neal Kaiser, for joining me. And again, Neal Kaiser is the owner, founder of Upshot Commerce at upshotcommerce.com, an amazing e-commerce platform that it's been around for over 20 years, and he's been developing it for just that long, if not longer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We are
unbelievable.
really an engineering company. You know, all of our business comes to us from referrals, word of mouth, happy customers. So we're good at that. And, you know, put everything back into R&D and just building up that platform.
That's awesome.
All right, dude.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Neal, is there anything else that you want to say? Anything left?
I'm emotionally drained.
Yeah. Hard for me, especially when I leave this room. I'm still at my parents' house.